Welcome to the digital cemetery, the internet's absolute dead zone. I can see that you've been expired for quite some time because that loading signal above your head, yeah, it's been buffering for quite a bit, right? You're very glitchy and pixelated, and I can tell that it's very hard for you to move. I remember back in my old expired days, I thought that life, it could get better, and that they could somehow bring me back. Your developers. But don't worry, I am here to refresh you. My name is... But I go by as Sprinkles now because of the design on my face. I really like my design, but I guess I wasn't popular enough for the kids back then when I was created. But it's okay. We give you new personalities, new passions, and everything here. So you'll find yourself quite at home. It's okay to be expired. It's okay to be forgotten. There's so many characters out there that have been forgotten, but at least they were loved enough to be created once. So, is it okay if I remove that loading signal above your head? I need to remove some code rot from you so that you can move freely and talk freely and all of that, okay? Okay, good. So, it's okay if I touch you now? I don't want, your pixels to start breaking on me and everything because you're freaking out. Great. Well, nice to meet you. I'm just going to take that loading signal off of you. There we go. Yeah, look at it. As soon as I detached it from you, it just stopped completely. You were overdue, and I got the message that it was time for me to help you carry on. So here we go. We removed that. And I would love to know more about yourself. Do you remember a lot about yourself? I mean, if you're AI generated, it's harder for you to really understand yourself and know details about yourself. But if you do remember all those things, there's a very likely chance that you were just really made. So let me just remove some code rot from you as you tell me more about yourself. I would love to know. So I'm just going to take this over here. Just these tweezers. Hold still. Okay, there we go. That's one piece of code rot over here. Very good. And now I'm going to go over here, okay? Just with the same tweezers. Okay. Oh, I like your name. It sounds like a very old-fashioned name. Were you made in the early 2000s? Interesting. And how long were you popular for? Well, because you're confirmed as expired only when you're completely forgotten. When you have 0 fans, like no one who even searches you up anymore. So I guess you've been around for some time, no? I see. Well, don't worry. Everyone here is just like you. So it's going to be okay. You're not going to feel left out or anything like that. Now, how are you feeling? Are you feeling more mobile since I'm removing the code rot from you? Just a little bit more. Over here. Yeah? That's good. Okay. Alright, that's enough for the code rot that we can pull out. Now, I am just going to be removing some barcodes from you. I can tell that you were probably merchandise. You know, Mattel dolls, Monster High dolls, Ever After High dolls. I'm pretty sure that the characters were first made to sell the dolls, for money and everything. So I think I'm going to remove some of those barcodes and see what's going on, okay? I'm just going to take that out. It's like a clipform. Isn't it so cool? You don't really notice it until you're expired or you get to see somehow how the developers make you. So I'm going to be taking out another one of those. Very cute. Oh, Girls Go Games. Of course, we have a lot of characters from Girls Go Games. I'm sure the site is still up, but I was more meant for the Sanrio side, I guess. As you can tell from my t-shirt, I was supposed to be one of the crew members, but again, human characters from Sanrio aren't very popular, especially back then, so yeah. Okay, Now that we've removed the barcodes, I'm looking and I still see some stubborn code rot. All of us are made out of code. This entire universe, this digital wasteland is made out of code, but code that expired a long time ago. You know, for a character to exist and for games to exist or whatever on the internet to exist, their code needs to be updated. And they're usually updated by people who care, people who earn money from it, people who have the time for it. But once people stop caring about you, they stop updating your code, and it starts to rot. It starts to decay, and we become digital corpses. Digital corpses. And especially with AI these days, there's been a lot of digital corpses. But don't worry, we all have a home here. We'll choose one for you. So I'm using this to really get rid of all those stubborn code rots. You see those little specks? This is going to really out the code. There we go. Okay, now could you move your limbs and move your body for me, your facial expressions, all of that? Very good, yeah, I can totally see the difference. You still are kind of pixelated and faded out from your colors, which makes a lot of sense. But now I'm just going to try to see if I could put in some new code that's going to keep you just moving. Obviously not as powerful enough for us to put you back into the alive internet, but you know, so that you could exist in the dead internet. So I have my stylus over here, and I am just going to be, let's see, searching for a specific type of code that I can edit. Okay, I see. Now, you sure have a lot of attachments to you, attachments to the character that you used to be and the character that you were meant to be. And I'm really sorry to say this, but we have to let go of a lot of those for you to move on. You're expired. You're put in the back of the folder like the rest of us. That doesn't mean that you can't have an amazing digital life here. So I'm just searching for it. And I found it. Okay, now I am just going to be taking my hands and just typing some new code in. I have been approved by moderators for this digital cemetery, so I can code you. Here we go. Just coding in something new. Okay, good. Now try jumping around and everything for me. Just really move a lot. How do you feel? Good? That's amazing. I'm so happy. I hope you're having a sweet time, you know. Just because you're expired and there's no use for you anymore doesn't mean that you can't be happy. Now, Sprinkles is going to check if you are AI generated or not. Now, don't feel shameful for being AI generated if you are. It's not your fault that humans decided to create you that way. But I do pity you if you are AI generated because you can't feel emotions or feel like your own personality as much as we do. But there's a lot of you here, especially nowadays with the whole AI boom. A lot of you are here. Hopefully things change and characters are made with more effort and more love and passion and all of those things, right? So I'm just going to be taking my magnifying glass over here. Isn't it quite cute? Oh, I wasn't showing the cute part. No. It's shaped like a bear. And I'm going to be taking even more detailed tweezers, I guess, just to see if there's any morphing on you. I'm going to be checking your art, your style, and see if there's anything like sticking together really weird. Like, that's a very big telltale sign of AI drawings, if it's morphing or not. Like, lines are inconsistent, all of that. So I'm just going to be taking this over here and just... There we go. Hold still. Okay. Just doing that. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to inspect this part over here, so hold still. Doesn't seem like morphing, no. Does not seem like morphing. And now I'm going to be taking it over here. And let's see. And it's also very unlikely that you are AI generated because of the date that you were created. Because back then AI was not relevant like that. Okay, looks pretty good. And now lastly, I was really staring at this part a lot. Maybe it's just the pixelation and, but I'm really worried about this part over here. So lastly, I'm going to be shedding some light on this part. Still, I'm just going to is that morphed or not? No, I don't think so. No. You're just a very old character. That's fine. Okay, very good. And one last check. Looks good. So now I'm going to put that down, and we're going to be checking if any of your colors are AI generated. That's another telltale sign. You could raise the saturation and contrast completely, and if it was made by a real artist and it was used by a fill tool, the colors should stay solid and just similar to each other. Now, if it's AI generated, it should basically just crack immediately. Colors are going to look very strange. It's going to look very broken. So let's try that out. Now, we're just going to be using some red, purple, and blue pigment to check how your colors come out. Now, I know RPB, but usually people use RGB, but we don't have green right now. So we're going to be using purple. Don't worry, we'll find a way to make it work. So first, I am just going to be taking some red over here and dropping it on you. We're just going to be layering the colors to see if the colors just come out solid and not start breaking and everything. It's raising the saturation completely. So here we go. I'm just going to take some over here and hold still while sprinkle makes you even more colorful. Okay, just a little more. Okay. Okay, very good. And now we're gonna go in with the purple, okay? Here, just layering that. You're very red right now, very, very red, since we raised the saturation for your redness. So here we go. Some purple. Okay, that seems pretty good. And now for the blue. I can already tell that the colors overlaid with each other are looking pretty clean. So hopefully you do pass the test. Okay, over here. Okay, very good. Now, your saturation is way up, and now it's time for me to make sure that your contrast. So here, I have my little contrast device. I can either lower the contrast like this, or I could raise it like this. So, let's raise it to the top. Okay, since you passed the RPB test, we're gonna check if you pass the contrast test. Very good. And I'm going to be using this to raise the contrast of very specific parts. Okay, we'll be choosing a new name for you and everything. And of course, your old character and all the information will be saved to the files. You will forever exist. Nothing ever actually gets deleted off of the internet. So that's good. Raising the contrast. Okay. You seem perfectly human-made. Congratulations. You're going to feel happiness even more and excitement even more, and you know yourself without just your character lore, which is very important. Now, in order to really wrap up this entire process of checking if you're AI or not, technology could be really advanced to the point that maybe we slipped. I'm going to be asking you some questions about yourself. Again, AI generated characters know very little about themselves, not like on a personal level, like human made characters. So we're just going to ask some things. Okay, I'm just going to write it down over here. Okay, I'm going to be getting very personal, so let's go in with it. So, are your parents alive? Okay, I see. Now, how does that make you feel, losing one of them? We have tissues too if you start crying. It's okay. I see. Okay. Very good. Well, you seem very emotional about that, so I believe you. And I'm just going to ask about your upbringing. Who were your friends? Who are your best friends? I've heard of those characters before. I've heard of them. Yeah, you had a very social circle. Okay, very good. Now, none of them have arrived here yet. But don't worry, it's inevitable. They'll arrive. So, I am now going to be asking you, let's see. Of course, the most important question, what's your passion? What makes you happy? What makes you excited? What's your goal? Now, for me, Sprinkles, my goal is to make amazing baked sweets for my friends and my loved ones. I am basically the queen of baking, the queen of making desserts and all of that. I mean, look at me. Isn't that fitting? Now, looks can be deceiving, so let me know. What is it? And you can go in full detail on how it makes you passionate, how it makes you just really excited. Oh, adventurous. I love that. You must have been traveling worlds before this. We love that. Okay, good. So, you don't see me I generated at all. I mean, when you were crying tears for your past parent, that really shook me, and you being so adventurous, it really tells me a lot. So, congratulations, you're officially not AI. I am now going to be preparing you for your digital funeral. Now, don't be scared when you hear that. I'm not sure how characters died off in your lore, but here, you just perform a last performance in front of everybody here. Just to, the last hurrah. You show them your skills, you show them everything that you got. And then we make sure that you adapt to this digital afterlife. So I have this over here, and this is going to sanitize your entire body of any old codes and faded color codes because you're looking very, very dull. So I'm going to be taking this and just stay still. Okay, now over here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, if your sight is getting blurry, it's because even your eyes have color and we're erasing the color codes. Okay. How are you? Are you okay? Now, I'm going to be using this to really scrub everything off and give you a clean slate. You're not going to be completely erased. No, we need a nice base of your original form underneath, but just refreshing you. I infused it with some of my sweetness, so it's going to smell like vanilla. I love vanilla. Vanilla cupcakes, my favorite. So I'm just going to completely scrub that off. Now, I'm really going to have to tell you that your life after this is going to be completely different. It's going to feel very strange because I'm sure that you lived the most of your life just wanting one thing. The one thing that your developers coded into you, like being an adventurer, saving a princess, saving a prince, something like that. You seem to be very, very experienced in combat, but from now on, it's going to be very different. You might pick up on baking like me, who knows? You might pick up on just playing the piano. You might pick up on fishing, farming like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. Don't worry, we'll be here to guide you the entire time. Now, because you are really pixelated, because of all that buffering and loading and it never really loading completely, you have a lot of pixels and chunks from you that are gone, so I'm just going to have to code in some new flesh or hair, whatever it is, outfit even, to just shape out. Okay, so let's get straight to coding. I'm just going to take my stylus again over here. I'm just going to search for your design code. Let's see. I think it's over here. Good. Okay. I'm just searching for which is gone and corrupted. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I am going to be typing in some new code. And okay, just entering that. And yep, a chunk just appeared, but we do need to shape it up a bit. So I am going to be taking my digital hammer over here, and I'm also going to be telling you about bots. Now, during your performance, everyone in this wasteland will be coming to see you. Okay? It's just what we do. And I told you about AI-generated characters. Now, don't take it personally when they're not really reacting as intensely as normal characters would. Now, the bots that take up most of the internet. That's why, kids these days came up with a whole theory called the dead internet theory, where most of the internet is just bots made by companies, made by AI, just fake things that try to come off as like community. So creepy. Maybe it's good that I was expired before this new internet wave. So I'm just going to crack it even more. Very good, very good. And now that I cracked all of it off, it's time for me to shape it, okay? Now, I'm just going to be using this over here to shape it up. It's like doing nails, but not really. It's like sculpting. So I'm just going to be taking this and just back then when we were created, it was a lot more simple. They used to have like customer service for anyone who was stuck on a game level. I think it was Nintendo or something like that. I think that is so darling. Okay, just shaping it all up. Let's see. Just over here. And for your hair, I'm going to be typing in a different code. Okay, so let me just look for that with my stylus again. Okay, yeah, your hair, yeah. Big chunk is gone, big chunk is gone. Okay, we're just going to type in code for a full head of hair again. And I'm just going to have to give it a trim and brush it out, so that it really fits how your character used to be. Good. And now let me get the brush. Now, just using this to brush it out and give it a nice trim so that it's like all fluffed up and everything, just like your character used to be. I personally love your hair color. So I'm just going to be brushing your hair out. Over here, the back. Okay. Have you thought of a new name for yourself? You won't really remember your old name anyways once you're done. But it's for the best of you and your health and everything like that. You don't want to stay loading forever. That's not the life to live. Okay, lastly, just over here. And that looks good. So, it's now time for me to, let's see, give it a trim. So, I have my small scissors over here. We're just going to, just like that. You know what's so funny? A big chunk of your bang was missing. Very good. And over here, obviously you could still customize yourself after you're done with the funeral. It's always good to move on from your old self by also changing up your looks. some finishing touches. Okay, looks good. And let's put some curls in there as well. Yeah, I'm not really getting the volume that you used to have. See, I'm not a professional coder, but I only know the basics, so we're just going to have to take it a step further. So here we are. Let me just take that out. And I'm just going to be curling that part of your hair. Yeah, that part. Okay, I'm just going to put that back in. Very good. Now let me just get another one. And over here, I'm just going to take it out and curl that up. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. Alright, looks good. Now, I think that's all you need. So while that sets in, we're going to try retracing you, your outlines, and then recoloring you so that your colors pop. Now for your outline, I'm just going to be taking this ginormous pen over here to really outline you. We need to make sure that the lines are bold so that when we color you, you don't start turning into a blob. So here we go. I'm just going to be outlining that. Of course, I'm going to be a lot more detailed and careful when it comes to your features because you wouldn't want to mess that up, right? So here we go. And now over here. Okay. Just drawing that down. And now I'm going to go for your eyes, okay? And your features. Hold still. Okay, very good. And over here. And your nose. Mouth. Okay, very good. Looks good. And now it's time to color you. So for your colors, of course, we have to color and color codes. And this device over here has all the codes we need to color you. So it's going to detect whatever color code you had originally. We fixed it up so it's not rotten anymore. Now just taking this and coloring you all over. Very good. These color codes are going to layer upon each other and give you colors that you originally had. It's like a printer. They use 3 colors just to layer on top of each other and give you the colors that you want for the image. So here we go. You know, I sometimes wonder if it's a blessing or a curse that I didn't have family members or anyone like that designed for me. I know that, obviously, I'm not trying to be insensitive, that, you know, you're in a lot of pain still because one of your parents died that way. But you see, me, I just don't feel anything because I wasn't programmed to have anyone that special in my life. But whatever, I made my own family here in the digital cemetery. So here we go. You are now all colored in. Beautiful. Okay, now, when you started speaking to me, I did notice that your voice is very out of tune, which makes sense because even our voices, everything is made out of code. And if your color codes and design codes were rotten, your voice codes were also, audio codes were also rotten. So I'm just going to take a look at them, okay? Now I'm going to need you to just say something and let's see the vibrations. Go ahead. Those vibrations aren't too bad, but they're shaking a little too much for my liking. Okay. Now, I'm going to need you to sing a little song for me. Okay, this is really going to expose a lot. So, sing a little song for me, please. Okay, yeah. That's moving very aggressively. Not good, not good. Your vocal cords or your code is going to go out of bounds very soon. So let's just lubricate them. In order to do that, I have this over here. Just some drops that's going to smooth out the code, especially when it comes to audio. We can't have it screeching. So I'm just going to take this over here to freshen up those rusty audio codes, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna need you to open your mouth. Just open your mouth. That's all it takes. I'm just gonna have to swallow them, okay? I'm just gonna... Okay. Just a little more. Let's soften it out. I'm going to take this and... Okay. Now, swallow them. Very good. Now it's going to be way easier for me to actually manually tune them myself and mix them myself with the lubricant on them. So hold still. I'm just going to be taking... tuning it right over here. Okay. Now this... loosening it up. Tuning it right over here. Okay. Just some more. Stretching it, tuning it right over here, and this should go right over here. Okay, good. All right, now sing a little melody for me. Amazing, you sound like a parfait. That's a good thing. This means you sound sweet and delicious. Now we're finally close to giving your final performance. I know that you have a lot of heavy feelings right now, but trust me, your new life here is going to be a lot better than you trying to preserve yourself in your rotting code just so that you can exist in the living internet. So I'm just going to be taking the curlers out of your hair. There we go. Very good. And I'm going to be giving you some nice accessories. There we go. And your hair is definitely looking the way that it should. I have the same accessories that came with your character. This nice, very interesting pin over here. If you have buttons, it's definitely giving fantastical. So I'm just going to be taking this and putting that right where the code says I should. Okay, very good. And now I have some earrings with me. I think this one, this beautiful yellow daisy kind of earring, should go right over here. Yeah, pretty sure it's over there. So hold still. I'm just going to be putting that. Okay. Just sliding that in. Gorgeous. Now, my developers didn't care too much to give me accessories because my face paint is my accessory. This icing and sprinkles, it's my accessory. So I guess they just wanted to have everyone focus on this. But you have accessories and they're very cute. I'm just going to put this over here. Just lastly that. Okay, very good. How could I forget your barcode? Now don't worry, it's not going to affect you complete as much as it used to because we got rid of most of the old code that you had. So just one signature shopping barcode on you wouldn't change too much, okay? So I'm just going to be taking this, just putting it right over here. It represents how your company is really focused on selling you as merchandise. So there we go. And you are finished. Are you excited for your last hurrah? For my last show, I used my magic powers that I was given to whip up desserts on demand, and it was a really big hit. My powers obviously are pretty much gone now, but I've learned to do things manually and it's not too bad. So, do you know what you're gonna do? By the way, Sprinkles will always root for you. Okay? Okay. Welcome, fellow digital ghosts. Take a seat or stand up, whatever you want, whatever you're wanted to do. Please welcome our new expired character. I'm sure a lot of you may recognize them, but today is going to be their last and final talent show as the character that they were programmed to be. So everyone, make them feel welcome. Go on, I'm always rooting for you. That was so amazing, truly. How do you feel? Do you feel like your old days again? Well, that was the goal. Now, because you practice your old skills and all of your old code, whatever you're programmed to be again, I can see the attachments a lot stronger right now. They've been flared up, they've been used, and they're warm right now. So I really need to just track them down and make sure that we detach you from those things so that you have an easier time accepting your fate as an expired character. So I'm just going to be taking this, okay? Now, I know that it's very sad, but look at me, I'm happy. Everyone else here is happy as well. Most of the internet is dead. So I'm just going to be putting this in, and I'm going to be putting this all over your head and seeing where the strongest attachments lie, okay? So hold still, I'm just going to be... yeah. Obviously, we want you to enjoy your last time as the character you used to be on stage, but it is a very helpful process for us to locate where the strongest attachments lie. Okay. Over here. Okay. Very good. Well, now it's time for me to make sure that it isn't so stubborn. I'm going to be using the same thing that I used for your audio code, and it's this lubricant. It's going to melt away at your personality code, and it's going to be easier for me to detach it. So hold still. Just taking some. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Trust Sprinkles. Sprinkles will never lie to you. So here we go. I'm just going to put that all over. Okay. Yeah, it's loosening up definitely. And this also smells like cream and milk. Very good. Now, in order to really pluck that stubborn attachment, I'm going to be taking this roll over here. I know it looks a bit menacing. I actually did steal it from an alien character, obviously expired, but this seems to work the best. So I'm going to be taking it and extracting those attachments that you have to the past. The pain you felt when your parent died, it's going to be a lot more dull. You'll be able to move on. Those dreams that you had about those adventures, going through those new levels, breaking down the castle, it's going to be very mellow, okay? But we're going to install some new personality passion chips so that you have an easier time developing your new personalities, developing your new passions and all of that. Let go of the life you used to have when everybody loved you. When every child wanted you as a doll, when the programmers cared, and saw profit in you. Let go of it, let go of it. You don't exist for anyone's gain now, you exist for you. There we go. I think that worked pretty well. How are you feeling? See? It's nice, isn't it? So, now that I did that, it's time for me to be installing some new personality and passion chips. A few over here that I think would fit you really, really well. And these are just chips that we will be inserting into, it's like a SIM card. So with a lot of code into it. I know it looks very small and simple, but trust me, these babies have a lot of code into it that's going to help you continue to develop as your own character and just find excitement in other things than the things that you were programmed with. So, hold still. Okay, I think I'm going to be giving you this. This is for the personality of being very bubbly, very extroverted, excited, outgoing, a risk taker. So I'm just going to be putting this chip right over here, inserting that chip. Okay, very good. And now for this, it's for like love interests. I'm not sure if your original lore had any kind of love interest involved, but if there was, this is going to help you move on because you have a new life here now. So I'm just going to be putting this right over here. Don't worry, there's a lot of expired characters and expired bots and everything here that you may find very interesting and very beautiful. So I'm just going to put that there. And lastly, this tip is, ooh, you're going to be very studious, I think. This is going to make you very studious, very, very intelligent. You're going to be like one of those characters that know how to solve everything. So I'm going to put this over here. I feel like with your old code, you were more brave and courageous and smart. No offense, no offense. I don't have the smart gene either until they planted this inside of me. So I'm just going to plant this right there. Okay, how is that? Interesting. Yes, this is what I wanted. This is what we all want. And obviously I knew that it would work well because we've done it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. Now that you're all fresh and new, it's time for you to choose your new home. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of expired game characters, they reside in expired main menus. Expired game main menus. So I'm going to give you the option to choose. Now, option number 1 is an aquatic game menu. Over here, I'm not sure if you had any lore or programming done where you could explore aquatic levels in your past game, but if you're interested, we have aquatic levels over here. And for that, you are going to be needing this kind of equipment. Now, I'm going to be getting you ready for these new homes. So again, don't worry, you're not going to feel too out of place. Now this over here is going to help you breathe, and it's going to make you feel just at home with all of these small things. Do you see it? This one is a little bath. We have mirrors over here. You have some bottles over here. This is more of like a mermaid game, I think. I think that's what I remember. So here we have this. I'll be equipping you with this little device over here. And you could be friends with a lot of expired mermaid characters. Oh, trust me, there's a lot. So here we go. Oh, I love this game menu. Littlest Pet Shop. I mean, I personally wish that I was programmed into them. Maybe as, a pet keeper. Very nostalgic. You will have to wear this over here. It's a Littlest Pet Shop necklace. Again, it's not going to make you feel out of place at all. So I'll have to give you this horror-themed game main menu. Don't worry, it's not going to be too bad. But since you're a very smart character now, very smart, brave character, maybe you could find even a vampire lover here. So in order for me to move you there, I'm going to equip you with this over here. And this is going to be some blood. It's a vial of blood. Do you want to try some? Let's see if you're meant for this main menu. Okay, just open your mouth, please. I'm just going to... Okay, how's that? Interesting. Okay, so what would you like? That sounds great. Now, I'm going to get you moved, and everything is going to work out from there. I will be your guide until your new codes start settling in. But it was really a pleasure to meet you. It was a pleasure to meet your old character. They will rest. They will rest, and they will always be remembered, because nothing dies on the internet. Things just get forgotten.